Hello, welcome back once again. My name is Mr. Charles Winike. In today's video tutorial, we'll be discussing on liquid dielectrics. In my previous video, we have discussed based on why it is called dielectric. We have also discussed on dielectric breakdown. We have also discussed on what causes dielectric losses. So those videos are still on my channel, being Charles Electronics Tutorials. So if you have not watched that video, please go to Charles Electronics Tutorial, watch those video, and comment, like, and share. Secondly, you also subscribe, and if there is any mistake so far or something that I'm supposed to say that I haven't said, you should also comment there so that I will also make my amendment, because we are also learning every day. So in today's video, we'll be discussing on liquid dielectrics, because I promise you guys that we'll be discussing on gas as well as liquid and solid. But in today's video, I believe or I think that we'll be discussing on liquid dielectrics, and you will also see some images or pictures that I will show you how it look like, how it functions, previous and the one that is needed and the one that are no longer needed all over the world. So in that case, let's proceed. Liquid dielectrics are used mainly in high voltage cables. This H stands for high voltage cables, and capacitor for filling up of transformers, circuit breakers. You know, some of us don't know the value, or we have not even seen all these kind of things, how it work. The liquid dielectrics, and sometimes we may be hearing of transformer, using of transformer blow, or transformer has been spoiled or got damaged one way or the other, and some of you don't know why is it like that, and some of you think that everything, maybe if you just buy something immediately it will work forever and ever. Sometimes the product in which they use and the expiring date or expiring time might have affect that particular product. So in this case, the area that I'm specifying this is the area of transformer, capacitors, and the cables in which we use in running in our high tensions, and also in our various homes, because all these cable, they have all these liquid dielectrics. Without it, you will be experiencing a lot of damages in our electrical appliances, mostly in our home, in our offices, and so on and so forth. That is to tell you that each of those cables, transformers, they also have liquid dielectrics. So I am telling you all these things because I really want you to understand how it works, and you should also bear in mind that even the cable we are using in wiring our various home, it has what we call liquid dielectrics, which enable him to withstand all the voltages or current that goes through that goes in and also comes out. And those are the things that you should also put in consideration. In addition of that, and also in our capacitors, which we often use in our televisions and other areas, because we also have AC and DC capacitors as well, which it uses liquid dielectrics in each and every one of them, which enable it to act to what? To store the voltage or current in it. After storing it, it will dispense it, it will distribute it according to the voltage that it stored, and that is how it also works. So another thing again here is the transformers. The transformers also, which we have various types of transformer, but I am not going to specify it, maybe DC or AC or high tension or low tension or any other transformer. Transformer that I'm discussing here is just, let's say, transformer that we use in distributing electricity. Let me put it in that form. And it also has those coil that comes with it. It carries what we call liquid dielectric. And liquid dielectric is very important. Without liquid dielectric, and that is where you will be hearing that the transformer has been spoiled, or it has got damaged, or it blown off. And that is to show you that the liquid that is in that coil has been weak, or has been weak, or it does not have the sufficient capability to withstand the voltage or the current that is coming in. So the next thing that we will hear is transformer has blown off, and it will make a lot of noise, in which if you have had it, even some persons or people will run away. And in terms of circuit breaker, we have various types of circuit breakers, and which we all use it all in various areas of our usages. So let's proceed more. Now, these are the pictures in which I have to make it available for you guys to understand exactly what I am saying. Electrical equipment using liquid dielectric. This is transformer as well. This is switch gear, and also this is power capacitor. All these things, they also use liquid dielectric, because all these things are things that they without the liquid dielectric and the coil that has been inside, it simply means that those things will not work or function completely. So that is the reason why liquid dielectric must be there to enable it to work effectively and adequately. So that is to show you that all these things also uses liquid dielectrics in needs. The power capacitor, the switchgear, and also the power transformer. All these things are the images. Then there are a lot of them that also use this liquid dielectric too, but these ones are the little one that I was able to see for the moment. Now let's go straight to classification of liquid dielectric. What are the classification? The classification of liquid dielectrics are transformer oil, bracket and close mineral oil. Another one is silicon oil. Another one is synthetic hydrocarbon. The next one is chlorate hydrocarbon, and the last but not the least is extra. I repeat: transformer oil, bracket and close, mineral oil, silicon oil, and synthetic hydrocarbons, chlorate hydrocarbon, and ester. Now, I also want you to remember that liquid dielectric acts as heat transfer agent in transformer. That is what I want you to understand. Liquid dielectric acts as heat transfer agent in transformer. The most important fact that affects the electrical strength of an insulating oil is presence of water. What I'm trying to explain here is the effect, the negative effect of the liquid dielectric is water. And what are the water? Now, let's say dielectric strength of oil reduce more sharply if it contains impurities in addition to water. That is to tell you that if it contains impurity in addition to water, it damages it. And that is why sometimes if you are to couple transformer, there is no any place or area that any liquid or water itself will get to that transformer, because we all know that water damage a lot of things, irrespective of how powerful or how original that thing is. Water also damages. So that is to tell you that even in the same that dielectric, liquid dielectric, water can damage it if it contains impurities in addition to liquid. So those are the things that you should also bear in mind in terms of the usage, if you have seen it so far. So in this our transformer oil, I am going to show you the images, how it look like, and this silicon oil, synthetic hydrocarbon, chronic hydrocarbon, and ester, all these things will be shown to you, and I will explain each of them one after the other. Now, this is the transformer oil. You know, the transformer, the coil is inside of that transformer. It has an oil. Without that oil, just as I said, it will not work effectively. It will got damaged. That is the reason why you see most of our transformers today got spoiled. Is because the oil inside of the coil or inside of that transformer is no longer sufficient enough to withstand the capability or the strength of the current that is coming in and going out, and that is where and how the transformer will got spoiled or damaged. Maybe in case of that, it could be repairable by recalling the coil, or it might not, all depending on how bad the transformer goes or how damaged it went. Now, in that case, what I want to explain to you here now is this. The cheapest, this transformer oil is the cheapest and most commonly used in power apparatus. It is the cheapest and commonly used in power apparatus. This transformer oil, those are the things that is very cheap and is commonly used in power apparatus. And it is almost colorless. It's colorless liquid consisting of mixture of hydrocarbons. It consists of mixture of hydrocarbon as well. It is colorless liquid. Gradually, aging process. You know what I mean? Aging process. When the liquid is in transformer, it's subjected. That is to say that when the liquid is in transformer, it's subjected to prolonged heating at high temperature of about I think 95 degree or 90 degrees Celsius. 95 degree or 90 degrees Celsius, one of them. And that is how when it has been subjected to a transformer for a very long time, it will work about 95 degree or 90 degrees Celsius. And that is how prolonged it goes in that transformer. So in that case, another one is with time, the oil becomes more darker. With time, the oil becomes more darker, and due to formation of acid and resins, or in the liquid. Most of the times, you know, every transformer, every coil, it has an acid, and once the coil is being used, you know, it will no longer remain the way or the same it has not been used. So as long as it has been in use, definitely there must be a slight transformation. And as you are using it every now and then, definitely you should also bear in mind that one certain day that something, it might go spoiled or damaged. And that is what we all should also put in our back of mind, how it works. And that is all about the oil, the transformer oil. Now let's go to siliconing oil. Siliconing oils. Now how does this work? It serves as alternative to polychloride, or it serves as an alternative to polychloric acid or polychloride chemical. Let me put it in that form. Now, in that stage, it has what we call printed circuit board, PCB. but they are very expensive. These particular liquids are very, very expensive. It serves as an alternative to polychloride. If this polychloride is not there, definitely this will serve or will do the same work of the polychloride acid, being the silicon oils, and it works effectively and adequately. The second one here is at temperature 150 degrees, they exhibit it exhibits high long timer stability. What do I mean by that? When a voltage or current has go into it, irrespective of where it is used, it will exhibit high long timer stability. The timer stability that it can withstand a long time voltages or currents. Now, they can be used at higher temperature than transformer oil. This can be used as higher temperature than transformer oil, and that is the difference as well. And another one is it has a resistance force to chemical and oxidation, even at higher temperature. And these are the content of this, that it has a resistance force. And that resistance, it has a resistance force that in terms of chemicals and as well as oxidation. So even at the high temperature, it also exhibits that resistance force that is in it. And those are the things that you should also bear in mind if you have not seen it, or you are once a student and you have heard about it. These are things that it works. I know why I am showing you all these things, so that you will not misuse or misunderstand what I am saying. Now, another one is synthetic hydrocarbons. Synthetic hydrocarbons. And what do you understand by that? Now, in this one here, this synthetic hydrocarbons, majority of us maybe don't know it. Some of guys that have studied maybe electrical, electronics, and the way you will see all these things that I'm saying, that I'm telling you now, I believe that should be in powerhouses, those power distribution, and so many areas where you will see all these things, and where they also manufacture this transformer, because all these coils, all those things, they also put those things there, that they know the quantity or the level of oil that they will put that can withstand any kind of voltage. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is this synthetic hydrocarbons is polyolefin are the dielectrics of choice for application in power cable. Now, it can also be used in power cable. It is the applications in power cable. Even over 55 of synthetic hydrocarbon produced worldwide today are polyolefins. I repeat, over 55% of synthetic hydrocarbon produced worldwide today are polyolefins. They are what? Polyolefins. They are a chemical that helps in terms of cable usage and so on and so forth. Mostly our cable that we use in running from one area to another, it could be high tension cable. It could also be in our cable that we use in electrical wirings in our various homes. So those are the things that you should also put at the back of your mind. Now, the general characteristics are very similar to that mineral oil. The general characteristics are very similar to that mineral oil. What I also want you to understand, that these synthetic hydrocarbons are mainly used in cables. They are mainly used in cables, in high tension cables, in low tension cable, and also in our various home cables. All these synthetic cable and hydrocarbons, they are used so that if there is any high voltage, high current, anything at all, based on the production or the manufacturer, they know the quantity or the quality that that will be added to it, that will make it to serve as long as it's supposed to be served. Now this one is another one. Is another. It's called chlorate hydrocarbons. Chlorate hydrocarbons. This chlorate hydrocarbon is very useful back then, but presently I am not sure that even is useful or is needed any longer. It's an excellent electrical properties, but in recent years, in these recent years, there has been banned. It has been banned throughout the whole world, throughout the world, because of what? It is because they possess a serious health hazard, and that is the reason why this one here is no longer available and is no longer used because of the health hazard that it possesses or it carries. So in case if you are using this, you should also bear in mind that this chlorate hydrocarbons, it has a health hazard that damage our systems, and you should be very careful if unfortunately you are using it. Maybe you don't know. At least with this video, you have known that it possesses or it has a health hazard in it. But I believe that since it has been banned and nobody will produce it or to use it anymore. Now let's go to the last but not the least. This here is called extras. Extras. You see how it is and how colorful it is and how it has been made and manufactured and so on and so forth. Now, I also want to tell you that currently there are two types of synthetic esters. There are two types of synthetic esters, and there are two types of synthetic ester being used today, and they are called organic ester and sulfide ester. I repeat, there are two types of synthetic esters. One is organic ester and sulfide ester. Now, let me explain what I mean by organic and sulfide ester. Now, organic ester have boiling point, high fire point. Now, it has high boiling point. It also has high fire point. It has good viscosity temperature. It has good viscosity temperature relationship used in intensively in capacitor. Now, this particular organic ester is practically used in capacitors. They are also used in capacitors. They are mainly used in capacitors because all these things that it contains is specifically meant for capacitor as well. High boiling point, high fire point, good viscosity temperature relationship used extensively in capacitor, either intensively or mainly used in capacitor. Now, the sulfide ester have high boiling point as well, but it has low flammability. It has low flammability used in transformer, but used in transformer in hazardous area where people are not meant to go there. It is used in transformer, but it is in hazardous. You know what I mean by hazardous, a place that is very dangerous to human health, and that is where these sulfide ester are used. I believe that maybe for this video tutorial today, I believe that you have learned something that you have not had before, and I believe that you will also make use of it based on the information that you have had today. And I say once again, thank you for watching my video. Please, just as I said, if you like my video, subscribe, and subscription is free. You are not paying any dime to anybody. You just subscribe to my channel. Also comment, like, and you can also share it to your friends, which is very important. And that will also enable me to make more videos, and any of the video that you want me to make as well, you can also comment it and let's look into it. Thank you once again for watching my video. See you next week.